how the heck are you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. The job's going well, so yeah.
Sweet, sweet. Is that the same
Uh,
job you were talking about getting when last we talked?
yep.
Awesome,
I
dude.
got I got moved up a little bit. I'm loading trailers now. That's pretty interesting. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Cool, cool. Well, it's been a day or two since you've been on the show, and I was thinking about you when I made my list, and you probably haven't seen the show a lot in between, but what I did was instead of having to type the name in every time, I put everyone's name in an Excel spreadsheet, and I can bring it in automatically. So then I just got to look for it, choose it, and boom, no more typing for Jim.
Nice.
Yeah. Now I've got to update yours. So what brings you on the show tonight, bud?
I just wanted to talk a little bit about each one of those topics.
Sure.
So the one about Luna, that's actually funny because this kid I went to high school with, after we graduated senior year, he went through the whole change and everything, and he went from a boy to a girl, changed his name to Luna, and all of that. And I feel like, because this happened to my cousin also, when they're so young, you don't want to, in my opinion, you don't want to encourage it, but you kind of don't want to suppress it, I guess, is how I see it. Because my cousin, when he was like 4 or 5, he wanted for Halloween to go as Gabrielle from High School Musical.
Mm-hmm.
And my uncle was just like, okay, like, I don't want you to, but like, he didn't tell him that. He told me about it, but he was just like, I don't want him to, but I'm just gonna let it happen because eventually he'll grow out of this, you know. You just gotta let it happen, but you can't like be like, oh, this is, not say okay, but like, you're a child, you're like figuring it out.
Right.
And now he's 16, 17, and he completely grew out of that all like, I want to dress as a girl and all that. He's actually wants to go to school for being a drama major, and he's really good at like doing like musicals and stuff. So I mean all props to him, but like, I don't know, I feel like the way the mother is approaching it, it's almost as, I forgot the name of the mother, you probably know about this, is when the mother like told her daughter she had like all these diseases and she was like confined to a wheelchair.
Yes.
And the daughter, but they made a movie about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's kind of how it's kind of playing out, is what it like looks like in my eyes.
Yeah, almost like the parent is trying to live vicariously in a weird way through their child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or then projecting their fears or aspirations, which is kind of vicariously, but onto their child, more for themselves than Munchausen. That's exactly Munchausen by proxy. Exactly the term, Dirty D's. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, but so you're absolutely right, and I would say what you were looking for was you agree with me. You think nature should take its course. Don't encourage, don't suppress, allow nature to take its course. I honestly think today, because it's so much more accepted than it was back in my early years, that would be more it'd be so much more easy, because the closet doesn't exist if you don't want it to exist, and you're going to be so much happier in the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we see eye to eye on this. Go ahead.
No, yeah, and then about the whole Zuckerberg thing, you're talking about free speech and how she was talking about we should watch, like, I guess politicians shouldn't lie, or they should fact check everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The way I look at that also is, she, in a way, even if she doesn't know, is she got into office by lying, because debating in a political stance is, you stretch the truth in a way where it's basically almost not a lie, but you're kind of beating around the bush.
Yes. Yeah,
because we talked about this in my English class for business writing, and we were talking about the whole Republican debates and not the Democratic debates, and how you can if you're like if you're looking for it, you can see that about 75% of the time, they're not answering the question. They're wording the question to fit their political agenda and then attacking another candidate with the same question.
And
it's
go
pretty
ahead.
much lying.
Yeah, exactly. And and like I said, who is anyone to police that sort of thing, right? Yeah. I'm literally talking about policing, because it's one thing to make your own determinations, like, well, that was a bunch of bullshit he just spewed, which is what we should all be free to do. But if we're asking someone to look at that, make an objective opinion on it, and then a decision based on that opinion, then we give away so much. I say let them do it. Yeah. Let the statements live or die on their validity, and be done with it. I mean, that's all that is there is to it for me. Is that too black and white?
No, I mean you're hitting it on the nose. I just don't see how she can say that they should police it when she got into office doing the same thing. So she's basically calling herself out and being a hypocrite in a way.
My theory there would be that, one, she lacks self-awareness to a great degree. She doesn't see what you just said, because that should be the obvious. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but she has no idea, or the concept of be careful what you ask for, you just might get it. Because what that means is, whatever you do ask for, that it's going to affect you in some way. Mm-hmm. And they're so myopic in their views that they can't see beyond. They don't have any ability to draw the logical conclusion, right? See it to its logical conclusion. Mm-hmm. And that's short-sightedness.
And I think it's funny though too, is because, like, just imagine watching like any type of political debate for like Senate, the like presidency and all that. It would be so dry because the candidate would just answer the question and they would go on to the next person. But it would be the same. They would just answer the same way because they're all in the same party and they all have pretty much the same political agenda with little tweaks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So like, like when you brought up the story, I was just like it would just be so boring. Like, there has to be little lies in between to make yourself stand out.
Oh yeah. Can I take that?
You got to give the people what they want. That's the whole point.
Yes, exactly. Can I go one step further with that?
No, you're good.
Imagine a world where people are policing truths or lies, or policing speech to that degree. Mm-hmm. How horrible an existence would it be, whether you're on the stage with others and trying to have a debate or whatnot, or you're just talking to other folks, and that your speech is going to be policed. Think of how uncomfortable it will be to have to throttle your thoughts and your expression to that degree, not knowing, whatever comes out of your mouth, what the consensus will be about that did fly out of your mouth. I mean, it boggles the mind to think that that anything you say may be stripped, may just be completely pulled, whether you believe it's true or it is true or whatnot. That if the power is in someone else's hands to do it, then the individual is going to look at that and just I don't know, it's going to stop free expression, at least in the public square.
Yeah, I mean, and I also see it as like, if everyone, if like you tell a story to a friend, or you're trying to be like, oh, it's kind of like this, you may be off a fact here, a fact there. Are they going to consider that lying, or are you just missing a few pieces to your story? Right.
And who's to say? Who is of that caliber that they can actually make that determination? That's where I get stuck, because they're saying that people should have that the ability to do that, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, anything like that. But who has the right to actually do that? If you want to get down to brass tacks, it flips me out, and I hope beyond hope that Jesse's right in that that all these things they're being talked about are squeaky wheels, and the majority of the people don't look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up to all of us to continue to fight for free expression, and I mean free expression outside of damaging others. I mean, it's got to be out to that level in always and forever. Otherwise, we become slaves to our own sense of safety, and that's a horrible place to be, dude. Horrible place to be.
And I see it as this also as like you kind of, I'm gonna say you have to fact check yourself, but you kind of when you engage with another human being in a conversation, you kind of have to take it and do your own. If someone tells you like, oh, this happened, you gotta be like, oh, did it really? And after the conversation, maybe look up something. Cause I don't do that all the time, but I do that occasionally. Someone tells me some wild stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like my one buddy was trying to tell me that Tom Brady was gonna go to the Bears next year, and I was like, dude, like if Tom Brady goes to the Bears, pigs are flying. Like, and there are articles about analysts saying, oh, he may go to the Bears because it's the best option for him. They have a really good defense, and he might want to challenge. But it's not like definitive, like he's going to the Bears. And that's why I had to tell him, like, he's not saying he is. It's a good choice, maybe. But I was just like, oh boy, dude, pigs are flying if Tom Brady goes to the Chicago Bears.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, and I would say that that we end up, which is where it should, the responsibility should be with the individual. We police what we say all the time, and that's fine because, that should be our reserved right. Think about, just literally making a decision whether or not to lie. Now, mistruth, he might have heard that and thought it was true. But if he actually told you that that his mother was Angelina Jolie and you didn't know his mother, now that would be a blatant lie if it wasn't true, right? I mean, that's it's easily a verifiable lie. A lot of us don't do that because of the social stigma, and I think that's where it needs to stay, not with a third party doing that for us, because it will never be administered properly. Well, Henny, I'm going to get to my last guest, man, and I am so glad to hear it because you're a young man, and you're one of those people, like I have so many, and that's why I believe Jesse's statement to be true, that there are a lot more people that are level-headed than not, and we're just hearing about the the crazies. But it's so good to have you on and talk to you about things like this, dude.
Yeah, it was good. It was good talking to you. I try to get on as much as possible, but working third shift, it's a little hard with your 9 o'clock start.
I hear you. Yeah, you're in Central Time, aren't you? Or Central Time. Well, honestly, I'm thinking about doing an experiment where I come on at would be 8 your time or 9 Eastern Standard Time for maybe a week and see if people enjoy that a little bit better. But keep posted, man, or keep tuned. Stay tuned.
Okay. And I just want to say before I go,
sure.
I want to say keep it rolling. I'm seeing that sub count almost get to 1,000, man. You're killing it. Keep working, man.
I'm going to keep going. I enjoy this too much. I really do. I really do. But yeah, you got that, man.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
Same to you, Henny. So we'll see you, bud.
Yep. See ya.